What is up? Happy Tuesday. Guess what? It is Tuesday, which means it is Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka night. It's one of my favorite nights of the week. It's because I always know that I am going to spend it with you. See, do you feel the love? Do you feel the love that I am tossing through this computer screen? I hope you can, because I can feel your love back. So tonight we are doing part 2 in this series, talking about these positive emotion words. So yesterday we did the first 5. Today we'll do the remaining 5 because there are 10 of them. So today's title is going to be, It's Not Just About Happiness, the remaining 5 positive emotions. So we're going to do the other 5 tonight. And I am really looking forward to bringing this information to you. So as I said before, this is Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka night. I am on 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday nights. This is the one night you know for sure you are going to have me. So I'm so excited to be here to bring this to you. Let's do a little housekeeping off the top. First thing is, if you know someone that needs to hear this, because who doesn't need a little bit more positive emotion in their life, especially with all this chaos going around right now? Tag them. Just tag them, Doodle. Tag. The next thing is you can share. So you can share this with someone else. That would be excellent. Let's get as many people feeling positive as we can. The next thing is, if you watch it later, not when it's live, don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it at all. To put hashtag replay in the comments, but hashtag replay. So you're coming in, just let me know how you're doing. Let me quickly tell you who I am. I am Dr. Ericka. I'm your host. I am a Harvard-trained, double board-certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I'm extremely passionate about helping people be better so they could do better and ultimately live better. One of the reasons that it's important for me to do that is my superpower is making mental health practical so that people can really claim that life that they were created for. Because who doesn't want that life? I do that through my telepsychiatry, which is currently all adult, along with my books and my speaking. So let's go ahead and hop right onto it. So the first thing is let's give a little context. So for review, if you weren't on yesterday, and if you weren't, don't worry about it. I'm just happy you made it here. There was this psychologist and researcher named Barbara Fredrickson, who did some studies in positive psychology and came up with this theory that she published in 2009, but also had published things about this prior to 2009, about these 10 positive emotions, with this idea that there are these positive emotions that you can not only have, but having them can be a predictor or an indicator of your emotional well-being, but also you can cultivate and grow them. So you can nurture them to have an impact on your own emotional well-being. And the idea that you put all this together, that you get into an area where you're actually flourishing with your life. So you're growing and you're feeling good. And the thing I love about it is there's this myth that seems like everyone's been told, that the gold standard of everything is happy. That if you're having a good life and to be emotionally healthy, you need to be happy all the time. And reality tells us that most people aren't happy all the time. And everything that isn't happy isn't always bad or negative. So keeping in mind, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this was to keep you from getting gaslit that if you're not happy, that you're not emotionally healthy or you're not living a good life. And what Dr. Fredrickson published was, she said, at least a ratio of 3 to 1, so 3 positive emotions to 1 negative, would give you a feeling of being emotionally healthy and having good emotional well-being. So I did find this quiz online. I'll tell you real quick while people come in. And I did it. And it said I was 10 to 1, but I admitted I'm typically a really happy person. But as I said before, I'm not even happy all the time. And being happy and joyful is really my baseline. So as you come in, let me know what your mood is today. I'd love to know what your mood is and what kind of emotions you are feeling. We're going to go ahead and hop all the way into this so we can get to these last 5 emotions. So the first one is pride. Now, pride can be a little tricky because it can feel positive, it can feel negative. And we're talking about pride as far as just feeling proud and confident, and also even feeling pride in things outside yourself, such as your team, your family, your friends. We're not talking about pride as far as you feel good because you just have a lot of hubris or you're arrogant. But that feeling of pride can be a positive emotion. Just think of how you felt when you accomplished something. So when you got a promotion, or when you got a good grade, or when you finished a project, or even the pride you feel when you have your house totally cleaned up. Think of how good you feel in those moments. The next one is awe. And sometimes we don't talk about awe itself enough. People say that's awesome, but we don't actually talk about awe and how amazing it can be to just be in awe and have your eyes wide open to things, and how intriguing awe can be. The next one is joy. So joy can be looked at as on the happiness spectrum, but just that feeling of joy can just feel so warm. And the reason I love that she listed joy is it is its own emotion, and there are so many positive emotions, but I think joy is important to have there, because I always say find pockets of joy. So the next one is amusement. Don't you love being amused? And it can be so fun and feel so good to feel just amused by something, for something just to tickle you, or just to feel good. And I love it. And it can also, amusement can also be something that sparks curiosity, because we talked about curiosity a little bit yesterday. And the last of the 5, so we complete the whole set of 10, is inspiration. And I left inspiration for last because inspiration is so powerful. If you think of all the things that you do when you feel inspired, and how feeling inspired can not only help you be productive, it can help you be creative. It can also inspire you to be of service and to do good. But the other thing about inspiration is inspiration can help you be better. And who doesn't want to be better? Because we were talking before about how I love to help people be better so they could do better and ultimately live better. And we haven't talked about the Better 7 as much, which are 7 areas that I believe are extremely critical to be able to live that better life, to live that life you were created for. And one of the biggest things in it are self-talk and communication. And all of these emotions, a lot of them wrap up self-talk. So how you communicate yourself with yourself, and what kind of messages are you telling yourself, but also how you communicate out to others. And it's all just so powerful. And I love this, that great leaders inspire and help one be the change they want to see in the world. That is excellent. That is such a great point, such a great point. So I want a quick review, and then we're going to get you out of here, because I'm not keeping you here all Tuesday night. We're in March. We're trying to stay warm. It's cooled off a little bit here, but that's neither here nor there. So quick thing to say is, if you know someone that needs this, please tag them. If you also know someone that needs this, you can share. Sharing is caring. The last thing is, if you're watching it later, put hashtag replay in the comments. I just want to know you were here. It's all good. And if you missed the first part and want to hear it again, you can always go on back and hear it from the beginning. So let's go ahead and get through this and get you out of here. So tonight we are talking about, it's not just about happiness, people, the remaining 5 positive emotions, because we talked about 5 last night. Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, a psychologist and researcher, described 10 positive emotions. What the idea and the theory she came up with is that if you have a ratio of at least 3 positive to 1 negative emotion, that you're going to have good emotional well-being. And that the great thing about these emotions is not only the indicators of how your emotional well-being is doing, but they can also be cultivated and grown so that you can have more positive emotions and improve your own well-being and resilience. So let's get to it. So we're going to run these down, and I'm getting you out. So number 1 is pride, not hubris or arrogance, pride. Number 2 is awe, because who doesn't want to be in awe? Number 3 is joy. Oh, God, I get so excited just thinking about joy. So excited. I get joy a lot. That's one of probably my more common emotions. Amusement, just the amount of wonder and just being tickled on the inside is just such a great feeling. And one of my big time favorites, because we had one of my favorites yesterday, which is gratitude. Today, we're finishing and wrapping it up with inspiration. And inspiration just has so much mileage in it. So I just want to remind you that happy isn't the be all end all. Happy is great. I'm a big fan of happiness. I'm a fan of joy. But remember, there are all these other positive emotions that you can harness to get that positive well-being. And you can use these emotions to also kind of shift out of negative spaces. So you can think of things that cultivate or just inspire you to have these emotions when you need to move out of negative emotional spaces. So thinking about or doing things that bring you joy, going into environments that you know will bring you awe, doing things that you know will amuse you, maybe even reading or listening to something that you know will inspire you, but actively using these emotions for a better life. Because you know what? You have to be better, to do better, to live better, and you can do this. You have got this. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you for coming in for this episode of Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka. As I said, it comes on 7 o'clock Eastern. I previously also let you know that my live stream schedule is changing. We're going to a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday format. But tomorrow I'm not going to be on my channel. I'm on a program that is kind of called the Vaccine Project. So it's a discussion of COVID-19 vaccines for us, by us. So the entire panel is African-American women. So we'll also be talking about COVID-19 vaccines in the context, especially of the African-American community. So with the recent approval of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, people have had a lot of questions anyway. So I would encourage you to tune in. I'll make sure I put the link in the comments too, so you can find that. That's going to be tomorrow at 7. So I won't be on this channel, and then I won't be live streaming again until Monday. But you can still catch me on Saturday. I'll be doing my 5 Steps to Peace in 2021 Masterclass. You just go to peacemasterclass.com. peacemasterclass.com to register. It is free. All it costs you is an hour of your time, but what you're going to get back is going to be so valuable, because I'm going to be giving practical strategies to get you past this overwhelm, all this chaos, all this frustration, all this angst, and even some of the sadness. I'm going to give you practical strategies to move through it right now. So you don't want to miss this. Go to peacemasterclass.com. It's on Saturday at 12 noon Eastern, just for an hour. So just 1 hour of your time. I hope to see you there too. And then I'll be back on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I'm your host, Dr. Ericka, double board certified psychiatrist, and I am Harvard trained. And I'm also an integrative lifestyle coach. I am just extremely passionate about people being able to be better so they could do better and ultimately live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry practice, my speaking in my books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy. My superpowers of making mental health practical so that you can have that life that you truly deserve, that life you've always wanted, that life you were created for. So thanks again. Make sure you have your usual prescription. Call at least one person and tell them that you love them. It's going to make you feel good. It'll make them feel good too. And have a great night. Thanks again for spending quality time with me. I know you could be doing many other things. Take care. I hope to see you at the masterclass. Bye.